Today on Twitter, Edward Boonward posted this short clip to tease what is possibly NetherRealm Studios' upcoming title in the franchise, that is Mortal Kombat. Now, heavy analysis aside, it's clear that this teaser is teasing a new Mortal Kombat title being another reboot of the classic franchise, and oh man, don't believe me? Notice how the clock hits 11 and just before it goes on to hit 12, it resets back to 1 and continues ticking on. Now, the general consensus and reaction to this has been positive, mostly because we are due a new Mortal Kombat game anyway, but to tell you guys the truth, I really don't want another franchise reboot from Mortal Kombat at this point. Like, I get it. It does seem like Mortal Kombat 11's story did anger a lot of hardcore fans of the series, so a reboot might help alleviate some of those troubles. While Aftermath's story went some way to solving the problems that the main story had, it still had to go and butcher Sindo's character in that way, so, you know, whatever. So, despite me not being that huge of a fan of Mortal Kombat 11, I still don't feel like this is the perfect time to reset the Mortal Kombat universe again, and here's my 2 reasons why. Point 1. The current reboot is successful. The latest Mortal Kombat timeline, which started with MK9 in 2011, has been a massive success, both critically and commercially. It's not only brought the franchise back into the limelight, introducing a new generation of fans to the brutal and visceral road of Mortal Kombat, but it has also brought back older fans into the series. The franchise has had 3 games to build great lore, and in my eyes they absolutely have, save for a few hiccups every now and then, but that happens with every story. I mean, just look at Marvel's current state. We've established a good status quo with the current events of the story, and letting all that go to start afresh with a story that people have seen not once, not twice, but 3 times, 4 if you count DC versus MK, but we don't talk about that one. And that's just counting the games. We've had other things that have tried to explain this, from comics to fanfics to movies to a series that's available on YouTube. You should watch it, by the way. I think it's good. MK is too young of a franchise for us to have so many retellings of the game in just 30 years. I mean, come on, guys. Point number 2. The more interesting story lies with a non-reboot. Listen, fine, this one is more subjective, but I honestly think having Shang Tsung win at the end of Aftermath is the far superior and more engaging story choice than giving us another reboot. Because, A, it gives us a chance to see how everyone that wasn't around during Aftermath's final battle has acclimatized since then. Characters like Havoc, Hotaru, Kung Jin, if you want to talk about the newer generation, etc. Roman numeral 2. It allows us to see the story with the good guy starting at a massive disadvantage, which is always interesting. And 3. It gives us a unique story. Guys, come on. We've seen the beginning of this franchise like at least 3 times so far. We need something else. Give us something fresh, something else to look forward to. In conclusion, there's no need for another Mortal Kombat reboot. The franchise is doing great just as it is currently, with a successful recent release and a consistent track record. The fans are mostly happy, and there's no reason to fix what's not broken. Instead, let's focus on continuing to evolve the franchise while staying true to its roots and telling more unique stories. Or at least I'd like to say that, if it wasn't for the fact that the story is probably already done and everything has already been set in motion for another reboot. Oh my gosh. Anyway, do you guys agree with me? Do you not? Then tell me so in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys think about the series getting another reboot.